Abby Sanders, and welcome back to another edition of WTHS News. This week's edition includes a lot of exciting news from students traveling across the pond to time change and how it is affecting businesses. Hear more about our Lady Wave basketball team and how they are now back-to-back state champions.
By becoming the first team to win a championship since '01 and playing our third championships in a row. And this year we were able to make history. We were able to win.
Listen in on how much fun some of our THS students and staff had traveling to Paris and London over spring break.
My trip was special because I got to go with one of my best friends and also my sister, so it was just really cool to be able to share that experience with them.
Was met with some unfortunate events, leaving many citizens searching for hot showers and microwavable meals. On Wednesday, February 12th, Tupelo experienced a gas leak throughout the county. Citizens all over Tupelo were left without hot water, a stove, and heat. Locals worked to adjust to this temporary norm, but were met with heavy rain and tornado activity this past Friday and Saturday. Luckily, the harsh storms did not cause any heavy damage, and it has been reported that everyone's gas will be back running within the nenext couple of weeks.
So I, at first, thought that I had my gas. I turned on the stove and it lit, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't lose it. And then, of course, time was telling that I had lost it. I was thankful that it was spring break, so I didn't necessarily have to be anywhere.
While Tupelo was experiencing some harsh conditions, 16 students were basking in the greatness that Paris and London has to offer. Education First Tours is a program that Tupelo High School uses to take students on journeys across the globe. Over spring break, Coach Josh Janiel and Miss Christy Ware got the opportunity to travel with a few students across the pond for 3 days in Paris and 3 days in London. During their week, students got to see national landmarks like the Palace of Versailles, Notre Dame, Windsor Palace, and Big Ben. Sophomore Kaylee Skaggs says how much fun she had while traveling and seeing new places.
I would say my favorite part of Paris and London was probably just being able to walk around and see what made each one of the cities unique.
What a great opportunity some of our students got to experience. Keep a lookout to see where EF is going next. In other news, our WTHS students got to travel east to South Carolina for their regional journalism conference. Prior to spring break, WTHS media students attended various journalism workshops as part of the Southern Interscholastic Press Association's regional conference. Some students even participated in on-site competitions, showcasing their skills and creativity. Their efforts led to an impressive all-Southern rating. WTHS's very own Awa Camara and Thomas Roper were recognized as SIPA stars for their outstanding work. Overall, this weekend was a huge success, inspiring everyone involved in student journalism. For one of our on-site broadcast competitions, our students were challenged to look into the effects of time change. Awa has more on this issue.
Since World War I, daylight savings time has played a major role in people's lives. Although it was created to extend the workday, it has become a controversial topic across the nation. In 2020, South Carolina began the process of making daylight savings time permanent in the state. Many Carolinians have mixed opinions on this big time jump.
I think it's an outdated system that the states, I think, should decide whether or not they want to do it. But even federally, if we can just get away with daylight savings, I think it'll be better.
The time might be changing, but are businesses affected by it? Some business owners wonder if daylight savings is necessary in today's world.
So it's confusing. Because, I mean, twice a year, if you're doing anything twice a year, maybe we don't have to do it at all.
While the clock is moving forward, the daylight savings debate is at a standstill. South Carolina legislators are waiting for federal approval of their bill. I'm Awa Camara, WTHS News.
Thanks, Awa. It's interesting to see how daylight savings time is making an impact on people's lives. But time change isn't the only thing affecting people. Andrew tells us more on how the Lady Wave basketball team won their second state championship in a row.
What's up, THS? Welcome to this week's sports. Led by player of the game Jade Rucker and Nadia Norfleet, who scored a combined 36 points, the Lady Wave won 62-57 in overtime against the Starkville Yellow Jackets, despite being down 9 points at halftime and as much as 13. Head coach Matt Justice said that the key to the comeback was to get back to what the girls were good at, with the full court press defense helping them play like they have all year.
When we got in there, I told the team, I was like, look, let's go back to what we're good at. Well, that's what got us going. You know, we like to play like that. We like to play fast and free.
Senior guard Bailey Siddell fought through an injury she suffered in the fourth quarter and came back and made big plays, including the game-icing free throws, finishing the game with 8 points. Bailey says that she could not believe what was happening and had to think of what her teammates would do for her while attending to her ankle.
I just had to think about my teammates and like what they'll do for me. I know they'll do anything regardless on if they're hurt.
Coach Justice says that he trusts Bailey to make her own decisions regarding her injuries. He recalls Bailey telling him that she was going back in as soon as she could.
I trust Bailey she'll let me know if she can go or not. So it took her a few minutes there to kind of get everything situated, but as soon as she came back to the bench, she said, Coach, I'm ready when you want me to go back in. And I was like, all right, we'll check in. If she said she was ready to go, she was ready to go.
This game was won and lost in the paint. Olivia Smith says that the team had to fight for second chance points and rebounds throughout the entire game.
Yeah, we had to get second chance rebounds because they was getting all of them.
Winning back-to-back state championships is not easy, but Coach Justice was able to do just that, making this team a part of history.
It's great for our school, our city, to make history. And this year we were able to make history. We were able to win 2 of those championships.
Congratulations on this great accomplishment, girls. We'll have more on the signings next week. Track and field is in full swing, with Tupelo attending their most recent meet before spring break in Oxford. A little bit of Tupelo history was made as Taylor Brown, Andrew Brown, Charlie Farmer, and Burton Potts are in the 3rd fastest 4x800 meter relay in school history. The Golden Wave track and field team is back at it again tomorrow here at the high school. Make sure to come out and support our athletes. That's all I got this week, everyone. I'm Andrew Bizon, WTHS Sports Media.
Thanks, Andrew, and congrats to our Lady Wave basketball team. On a different note, February 26th was the Scholastic Journalism Career Fair. Students from all publications got to learn a little bit more about the journalism world from local journalists and journalism professors. Last month, Tupelo High School hosted the Scholastic Journalism Career Fair. Officials from WTVA, WCBI, the Daily Journal, and even colleges came to speak to journalism students. Another official, Allie Martin, even let some students put on fun jackets to do their own interviews. This career fair helps students better understand the journalism world and help further their potential career in news. What an exciting few weeks our students have had. That's all we have for this week's edition of WTHS News. Be sure to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.